Hey y'all. So Michael and I are on our snowmobiling trip. It's yet to be seen if we're actually going to get to go snowmobiling.
I hope so.
It was so cold up until last week, and then we had a bunch of days in the 50s. Either way, we are going to go skiing and snowboarding, which is my other favorite, like, thrill-seeking pastime that feels like flying. But while we're away this weekend, we wanted to post a video on Sunday, and a bunch of people have asked us to do a Q&A. So
it's a real good question.
Here we are doing a Q&A. So we've actually been on a couple of podcasts where they ask us some of these questions. So if you guys were following those, I'm sorry for
duplicates.
If it's redundant, but we asked on YouTube and we asked on Instagram for y'all to give us questions that you wanted us to answer. So here's us answering y'all's questions. So why is red my favorite color?
Yeah,
red has just always been my favorite color because when I was little, it felt like red was the color that meant go fast. I know it means stop on a stoplight, but red seems like
danger,
a color.
danger.
Yeah,
right,
like
right.
that.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
exciting,
dangerous.
and I've always liked to, exciting things.
Yeah, I can get it.
But then when I was older, this is not going to be surprising to you. I've actually researched,
colors and why you like colors.
Well, a little bit, but also red sends a subconscious message to people, that they need to watch out for you. So when I wear it in the courtroom, it's like a message. And I always try to wear it on the last day of trial if I have a multi-day trial. Or just,
strategic. You use colors as strategic.
Yeah, because then opposing counsel thinks that they have to watch out for me.
Right. So what am I telling you subliminally right now with my hat?
That I have to watch out for you. But I got this shirt on right now that's also red.
I can get with it.
I mean, I've always just liked it. Remember, in high school, I had red dress and my car.
Red car.
Yeah, I used to drive a red Volkswagen Bug.
They don't float.
It's a true story. And if you haven't heard that, you should probably go back in our videos and watch the early ones because they talk about it. All right. Do we plan on heading west this year? So, yeah. I mean, we're going to Sturgis.
We're going west, right?
Which we're really excited about. And you know why we're really excited? Because we're really excited to ride all the cool stuff out there. Not that we don't like bike weeks, we do, but all the same vendors at bike weeks, but Sturgis has so many cool places to ride to, and then we're planning on doing some collaborations when we're out there.
That's right, that'll be
some
interesting.
other fun stuff, yeah. So
free for all.
So from here, if you can, I know South Dakota's not really west, but it's west of where we are.
It's west of us, right? Yeah.
But the year after that, so summer 2023, we're gonna try to go cross country. We've already started planning for that. I've reached out to some folks about potentially borrowing a touring bike. Maybe we'll take one of them. Everybody says we can't take a Lowrider S and a breakout across the country. We could do it, just to be clear. But we're going to try.
And we might.
That's true.
We might.
We'll see. Either way, we're going. Either we get a touring bike and we do it, or we go on ours. But either way, we're going. So then that'll be 2023. Oh, we are actually also flying to California in a month to do a dirt bike tour. So that is west.
Somebody asked the question, just because you said that, they were confused about what type of dirt bike we were looking for. And
I think we don't know yet. Right?
I know, that's the answer, right?
I mean, we're going to wait and see.
We're going to see how this goes over there, right?
Yeah, but I think we would rather, everybody's like, you're going to buy more bikes, you're going to buy a touring bike, you're going to buy a sport bike. I think we would rather have a bike that we could do some cool off-road stuff, so.
I'd rather have all the bikes, right? But that's just not feasible.
If we were millionaires, yes. Okay. What has been the biggest struggle with this channel, and how can our subs help? Thank you. That's really sweet that you guys offered to help us. So, biggest struggle. As far as our abilities and talents, I think the biggest struggle is that neither of us are great at the like IT component of it,
Yeah,
right? Neither
yeah.
of us are great at like figuring out setups for cameras and editing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's one of them. I struggle with the fact that sometimes I think we shoot really cool, good videos and people don't watch those videos because they're not like a clickbait title or something, but the video itself is awesome.
Yeah. Which
So
we have a lot of those.
That's true.
You know,
And like, I guess I struggle because I feel like we work really hard sometimes and have really good content, and then views are like super down, and I'm like, that content was awesome. This other content was just mediocre.
like, what do you got to do to get this thing right? Like,
Yeah.
there is no perfect formula.
That's right.
That's what I would say.
The algorithm is so unpredictable. And how can you guys help? So some of you already have helped, like Squid Monster, helped us contributing towards getting a 3D camera, so we have to do less work as far as editing and things like that. We've had other folks, Andy from Motorcades and Coffee, offer to help with my head setup. Same thing with Tweedledee. Thank you to both of them. They have their own channel, so check them out on YouTube for helping us with different setup items. And just like tune in, keep watching, because when you guys support the channel, then we can continue to do cool trips. We can continue to go on dirt bike trips and go across the country, because this channel is self-funded, so we don't spend a lot of the money that we make in our car wash business or the firm doing these things. I think we've taken $0 from the motorcycle company, except to pay for trips and upgrades and things that we do for the channel. So that's how you guys can help. Oh, also, people that buy calendars and posters and all of our merch, same thing. We don't keep that money. It goes towards the next trip or the next thing that we're doing for this channel. Okay. Did I always want to study law? Pretty much. Since middle school. I took a class in middle school that was like a argument of like Supreme Court issues. Right. And
that interested you.
Yeah, I had fun doing that, and I argued with you.
I was gonna say.
I argued with you. And then when I came home and said I wanted to be a lawyer, my dad was like, she's just really excited that she figured out she could argue with people for a living.
Well, I knew you could do it because you never shut the fuck up. But you just talked enough, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If people talk enough, then eventually you're going to either wear people down or, you definitely can wear some people down with words.
Except for that you sharpened my argumentative skills from a young age.
That's just because I didn't listen to what you say.
Because you just argue something completely unrelated.
Because it doesn't matter what you say, it's matter what's heard.
Okay.
Right? And I choose to hear what I want.
I know.
All right.
All right. Along with that, what was Mike's job in the Navy?
I was AVH. Basically, I directed planes on the flight deck. So if you ever watch Top Gun, you see the guys running around the top of the deck with yellow, blue, green, purple. I was a yellow shirt. I directed. I started as basically like a chalker and chainer, which really was fun. Now I got qualified real fast so I could get out of that and direct planes. And then I also did like aircraft firefighting stuff.
So that was our favorite movie, Top Gun, but I think it was less fun in real life.
It was so much fun for like 19 seconds. Well, just because you're wearing all that hearing protection, and then you hear all the damn jets, and you have no idea what's going on, and just a little kid from Westminster, and you just ended up on this damn aircraft carrier in the middle of the Mediterranean, and you're like, damn, I got to do this for 18 more hours, and then again tomorrow, so it was fun.
Yeah.
But it was just like quiet. I like people. I like talking. You know?
And
not as much as you, but I like it. And when you're up there, there's just no talking. So made it for a long 4 years, but overall, I'm glad I did it.
Okay. Along with that, you're gonna answer this one. Did either of us have a sport bike phase?
I did. Well, it wasn't even a phase. I just loved motorcycles, and there was a bike.
When you were in the Navy,
when I was in the Navy,
a sport bike.
I had a Suzuki TL 1000. It was pretty gnarly. I'd never had a bike like that, anything with that type of power.
Yeah.
And I would use that bike as my transportation from Virginia Beach back to Maryland.
I mean, yes, he was always the utmost in safety, I can assure you.
I guess I shouldn't incriminate myself here, but back then it was a law. You didn't have to have tags if you were going over 100 miles an hour. So
I doubt that was a law.
Well, I never got pulled over. I did it every other weekend.
It was a law in Michael World.
Well, that's right. I chose what I wanted to hear, right?
Yeah.
No.
We've never had them as adults, but he had that sport bike back in the day. But we've ridden sport bikes. So our buddy Jason that grew up with us has a bunch of sport bikes. Well, he's had
He's
over
had.
the course of the
He's had
last
3 of them the last year and different ones.
4, right? Wait, he had the original Aprilia. He had
Aprilia,
the
the
R1.
R1,
Now
the
he's got the
BMW, and the
BMW.
new Aprilia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
4 and a 2.
four.
Way to go, Jay.
So
Show us all up.
Mike has gone with him to get all of those bikes
Yeah.
and then ridden them, and then we've done rider share, and then Jay let us ride his R1. So, oh, and then they let me ride that Ducati. That's not really. Is that a sport bike? The one I rode.
It's not a leader bike, I guess, right?
Yeah, but it's a sport bike,
Sport
right?
bike,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we like them, but like
They're fun for a
they're
little
like
while.
fat, too uncomfortable to do what we want to do, which is to like see the world on
Tour,
motorcycles. So it's hard. All right. Has anyone tried to use my motorcycle persona against me in court? Not yet.
Not yet.
Thank goodness.
But really, what
but
could
if
they
they
do?
did, I would just shrug it off because I'm not ashamed of doing something that I love, and I'm not ashamed of being the person that I am. And
What are you doing that's
people are
breaking the
allowed-
law by being a motorcycle persona? That's
Nothing.
what I'm trying to say.
Nothing, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with people knowing that I have a professional persona, and then I have like who I am and the things that make me happy, which is riding.
Yeah,
So that's okay.
That's right.
Okay. Can Meg run a 6-minute mile? Squid Monster, probably, but I haven't tried recently. But I still do some cardio training. Both of us used to be real fast because his next one is can Mike run a 10-minute mile on the treadmill?
Shit.
Of course he can. So back
I
in
could
the
walk
day,
this way.
Mike could run like a 5-minute mile, and he used to
Under.
frustrate. Yeah, less than that. He used to frustrate me because I was pretty fast, but he didn't like to run. Sometimes I tried to make him run, and then he would run as fast as he could, so I would get discouraged. Anyway, both of us were very fast, but I used to. In high school, I could run in under 6.
Yeah.
Not super under 6,
You were
but a little
faster than
under
anybody
6.
Any chick I knew. right?
Lauren's fast.
Yeah, but like her life was run club.
But yeah, she ran track and ran in college. But yeah, I mean, so both of us are pretty fast. So I think we got your challenges under control, Squid Monster. Actually, the other one that you suggested, I think would be funnier and more fun.
Huh.
Which maybe you guys will get to see. We're working that out.
Okay.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Did me and Mike grow up together? Well, I think given the rest of the conversation, that's
Yep.
pretty apparent. But yes, like 2.5 miles away from each other. Went to different elementary schools, but we went to the same middle and high school.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, are you also a fan of the Loch Ness Monster in addition to Bigfoot?
Of course. It's the version of Bigfoot in the sea, right? Yeah.
But I think Bigfoot is your favorite. Loch
Bigfoot's
Ness
probably my
Monster would
favorite,
be
like,
second.
mysterious creature.
Like
Loch Ness.
mystical.
What's it called?
Well, I can't it's like a mythological creature, right?
Right. No, like the Loch Ness is pretty gnarly, right? I mean, think about it. He's in a secluded place, right? He's in a body of water, and you still can't catch this guy, right? So like, I mean, where does he go?
Sneakier than Bigfoot?
I think he's sneakier. I think he's bigger. He probably can go into like caves into the water that we don't know about, right? Because I mean, we've explored more of the moon than we have the bottoms of the oceans. I mean, even though Loch Ness isn't in the ocean, right? He's usually
in fresh
water, right?
See, look, you learn something every day. I didn't know that. Are we going to Daytona this year? No, we're not. We're going to Laconia. We're going to Gettysburg Bike Week. We're going to Sturgis, and we're going to Ocean City Bike Week. And
all right.
Sturgis is like it's just a big trip because it's going to take us
3 weeks, right?
2 weeks, and it's just a lot to leave my firm and us to leave kids and him to leave the car wash, and like all of it is a lot. So it's just Daytona would be a lot, and we already have the dirt bike trip scheduled in March. So that would have been 2 weeks. So not this year, maybe next year. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why you were so beautiful?
Yeah, absolutely I have, I mean, when I was in middle school, I was like, man, why do all these girls like me? I couldn't figure it out. And then, no, I never have, Megan. How about you? I never thought of it.
Thank you. We're not going to go there, though. Do you have a fan P.O. box? No, but I do have an address that you guys can send stuff to, that folks have sent stuff to. If you're interested in sending me something, I will put that. I'll put my email address in the description of this video. Shoot me an email, and I'll give you the address to send us stuff, because we do love when we get stuff.
Oh, it's exciting.
It's cool, yeah. So thank you to everybody that has.
It's not even like the really cool stuff. It's like the
like fun
cool
little
stuff.
stickers and both of us liked Myrtle Beach. It was fun, but just we got so much planned this year.
Yeah.
Are we going to the Virginia Moto Classic? I don't know what that is. So
I feel like I probably should
know. Maybe like shoot us an email about it, and
we'll
look into it. We were watching hill climb videos yesterday night.
Or wet roads or snow, take 10% off the
That
throttle.
you have to.
Constantly aware that you're in it. So, maybe, go into a turn in third gear instead of second gears. So when you rip it, you don't spin tires, slow down 10%. I mean,
it's definitely slick.
It's slick, 100%.
Definitely slicker.
And then you definitely want to wash your bike.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the thing that gets us is our bikes get so dirty.
But I don't think me personally, I don't think there's any real riding conditions, right? Unless a tornado could blow you off the road that like you should shy away from on a bike, right? As long as you know the situation. My opinion, if you know the situation, riding at nighttime. Right?
That's fine.
Take 10%
Ice,
off.
Though. Ice is a situation.
Instead of 10% off, take 20 off then. I'm just saying, I don't like to be stopped. I just don't like to be stopped. I like to be smart. So I like to, be cautious and aware of the situation. I feel like we'll be fine.
True.
You've been fine so far.
That's true. And I've done, remember the first time I went on that gravel road?
Shit, you scared. Man, she had real quick, guys. She random road, hit it. She was in front of me, and
on my Sportster.
She was on a Sportster back in the day, and she hit this gravel road, and she didn't know that there was a difference between gravel and regular roads. She's rolling down this thing at good 45, 55 mile an hour, just getting it, and I'm back there like, I'm like a 15. I'm like, come on, I can't push it no farther than this. I did though, but I still didn't catch her. I thought that would be it for you. Somehow you rode that better than any other road I've ever seen. So.
Somehow I survived. Yeah. Would I ever do a Tough Mudder? I have done one back in the day. It wasn't fun though, really. Like I've done a lot of races. I've done 5Ks, I've done 10Ks, I've done half marathons, triathlons. It was probably my least favorite, and I'll tell you why. This is what I told you earlier. Was one of the obstacles was a tarp, which I thought was going to be like slip and slide. like a kid, like I could just get on my butt and like slip right down it. But it was nothing like that. In fact, there was like rocks underneath of it, so like my butt kept hitting the bump.
Like chattering.
Yeah, it was awful. It hurt so bad. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite race. I mean, maybe we do one again for content. We'll do a lot of fun stuff that you guys ask us to for content.
I'll follow you on a dirt bike. How about that?
There you go. Have we ever been scuba diving? I have. When after college, the summer after college, I did a program called Teach for America, and I went to California to teach school. I actually taught 5th grade that summer, and I also took a scuba diving class and went scuba diving. Why can't I think? On Catalina Island and some other places. Mm-hmm. But you haven't, right?
No, I've done, snorkeling
and stuff, yeah.
And I did that thing with a bucket where you're trying to pull the bucket down and breathe inside of it. It doesn't work.
Shocker.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
Never done that?
No. Yeah. No, but I'm not surprised you have. Yeah. All right, what do we think of choppers?
I think they're sexy to look at. I think that there's
probably a lot of maintenance to
Well, that's what I was going to say is, you have to really be, hands-on, I would say. Everyone I know that does ride choppers is constantly working on them. And I don't think people that really ride choppers are doing it for the ride necessarily. I think they're doing it for the hands-on, you know, maybe
being
I'm
able
wrong.
to like craft it into something cool that they like.
Right.
Their vision, I think.
But to ride something that's, you know, 70s, 80s or something like that, you know, would be an experience I'd definitely, like as we were talking about before, like I would definitely.
We would love
I just
to
don't
do it. It's just owning one.
You and I don't have the funds, I think, to keep the repairs up and the time.
And the skills and knowledge. And all
we don't
that
have any
stuff.
of it, but we would definitely ride it.
Yeah, it would be fun to try.
They look good in magazines.
It's true. Can we do a meet and greet in California? Sure. When we come out next year for our cross-country trip. I think, or did you mean this year when we go dirt biking? We'll have to see if we can fit it in. It's kind of tight because we have 3 days of tour. We have a day of interviews. We'll have to see. I'll see what we can do. If we could come up with an idea, maybe a local Harley dealer or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We'll see what we can do. If not, we will do it next year when we come out cross-country. Yeah. Would we consider doing a charity auction? Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we would auction. I guess we could auction my seat if I signed it, if I decided I wanted to part with it.
You do a sign poster,
stuff like that. That's true. I could do stuff like that.
Even hats, gear, but I don't know if people really would want it.
Yeah, we're planning to try to. My one commitment to everyone on the channel this year was to do better with merch stuff. Yeah. So we're planning to do that.
I can steal some of your clothes and sell it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could.
In the charity auction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Your jacket. You don't need it. It's about to be summer.
Who needs that? Okay. And lastly, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That's so easy. A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Right?
I'm glad
you did that. I'm glad you did that.
Can you do it? Try it.
No.
Try it. Let's just try it.
I don't even know it. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? If a woodchuck could chuck a woodchuck, I can't do it.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, guys. Hopefully we have answered some of your questions and you guys enjoyed our little Q&A. And thank you for your support in everything that we do. Because you guys keep this channel going and we are so appreciative.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Take care.